This is one of the last places in the city of Leawood, Kansas, where you can still buy or build a new construction home minutes away from some of the best shops, restaurants, and entertainment spots of all of Kansas City. Since we were here last, just several months ago, there have been some massive changes. Amenities are going up. We've got a brand new builder lineup, twin villas, single family homes. And in this video, we're going to tour two of the brand new model home maintenance provided villas. We're going to break down the community changes and why this is one of the most important developments remaining in the city of Leawood, Kansas. This one is all about the Belmont by Lambie Homes. It is 4 beds, 3 baths, 3,703 square feet, and is currently priced at $1.225 million. Now, as we head to the front of the house, one of the first things you'll notice, you saw it in the drone footage, you get a really striking transitional look here to the architecture. What you're seeing is 4-side acrylic stucco. It's a step way beyond the standard stucco you see in most communities. You've got concrete tile roofs throughout, which is an architectural element you'll see throughout the city of Leawood, Kansas. Of course, you've got incredibly upgraded landscaping, black windows, and you had real natural stone on the front of the house instead of a veneer. And right as you walk in through the front door, we're going to give you a sneak peek. You've got a clear line of sight front to back. The whole plan is open. You've got some beautiful separation, and we will put the floor plan on the screen right here. The finishes are incredible. You'll see it in each of the models that we do on the website a tour of. This one is one of our biggest that's currently available, 3,700 plus square feet, and the lower level is way bigger than you'd think it is. But as soon as you step inside, we've got the glass panel front door, brings in a lot of natural light. I love the accent wall. We're gonna see that once we get to the master bedroom, just a little bit of foreshadowing. And the first thing that we'll start with is the secondary bedroom / office off of the main floor. Kansas City, one of our most popular floor plans is a reverse 1.5, and this is the layout that you'll see in a lot of them. What's unique about this one is you've got a pretty good size modern crown molding on the ceiling, and then you've got the bookend closet doors, which is very typical of what we'd see in an office. But the nice thing about the placement of this one, you get the bench right there, the upgraded wood casement windows. You'll notice the windows in this entire community are very high end. One thing that's really nice about this one is we do have a full bath right here around the corner. They've taken the tile from the tub all the way to the ceiling. It's highly upgraded. It's got some very, very nice veins in it. But this is all separate from that entry. It's tucked around the house for more privacy. And of course, the other important thing is it's completely on the opposite side of the plan from the master, which gives you a little bit more privacy. One of the things I really like about the finishes in here, we don't see this very often, but you have a barrel vaulted ceiling over the dining room. That is so neat. There's actually a Belmont expanded, a bigger version of this home. It's on a walkout lot. It's down at the end of the community. It's got a tree line in the back of it. They did this through the whole kitchen, which I'll put a picture on the screen just so you can see it. But the other nice thing about this, and why I say this kind of lives like a single family home, even though it is a twin villa, you have a really big size kitchen. You've got the perimeter space over here. I love what they did with the stain detail. You've got all the lighting, an accent quartz countertop color there. And then one thing I really want to draw some attention to is the island countertop. It's this suede / leathered texture to it. I've never seen. We go through a lot of homes, and this is one that really stands out. I'm a big fan of this versus polished, just because of it's unique. We don't see it in a lot of homes. One other thing that you'll notice, we've talked about the doors, the windows. This pocket door over here is another one of those. It's right off the pantry, but you've got this decorative glass panel. Really, really nice look to it. And then once we open that door, you go right into the pantry here. Perfectly tucked away right off the kitchen, and plenty of storage space as well. They even did custom cabinets right here with the microwave. So these go ahead, roll them out, close them shut. You'd never even know it's there if you had them shut. But we are going to head around the corner, just so you've got upgraded slide in range right there, upgraded appliances. And of course, this is the model sales office. So we've got all the plans for twin villas and single family homes here. Before we get to the great room, the last thing that we've got the garage entry. So you've got the boot bench around the corner. Again, a lot of separation in this house, which keeps everything very private. I love that this is stained, so it's a little bit more durable finish compared to paint. And then of course, you've got the double door entry closet right off of the garage. But we are going to turn around. We'll head back to the living room. There's one other thing I want to point out, which is you see the dining room table. A lot of twin villas, sometimes once you walk through the front door, the dining room, just because the layout can sometimes be pretty close to the entry. This one, you've got, we'll pan to the right here, you've got a ton of space, which is really nice. The ceiling accent, the barrel vaulted ceiling, also gives you that element of separation. But it's hard not to notice the upgraded windows. They're all casement windows. They crank open, they're black on the outside, white on the inside. And then this brings us to the great room right here. You won't see it in this great room, but you will see it in the master. All of these twin villas, the architecture, I think, is really striking from the curb, especially if you drive through the community. But inside, you're gonna see a lot of vaulted ceilings. So you've got some modern, some traditional aspects to these homes. But the first thing, everybody that comes through here, you would never know that this is right around the corner. I love this. It's built in, recessed, glass shelves. You got all the lighting, and you even have that same upgraded countertop and backsplash. But what a lot of people really like about this one as well is this is open to, but you still get separation from the great room and the kitchen. So it's got a nice cozy feel. That cased opening with the stained detail really makes it pretty sharp. And then of course, you've got a very classy fireplace. It's trimmed out, you got black surround, and of course the beams up top. I always struggle with the doors here, so, oh, not this time, because these are some of the best doors that I think we've seen in new construction. First of all, the style of them, they look great. But once you step outside, you can see that four-sided stucco, so the upgraded exterior finish. And of course, this is very private. So even though these are twin villas, you've got outdoor living on separate sides of each unit to make sure that you do have that privacy. They even went ahead and put an extended patio, an extended pad out here. Developer added some landscaping to give you some privacy from the homes behind. And we'll put drone footage on the screen. We've got a ton of progress going on right over there with the amenities. But coming back inside, we're gonna head to the master, which is right around the corner here. And one of the first things you'll notice, especially if you watch some of the other floor plan property tours that we have, ton of vaulted ceilings in these plans. I love that they added the beam there. You got a very tasteful, traditional light fixture. And then I also foreshadowed a little bit this accent wall. We saw it right off of the staircase, off of the entry. And heading into the bathroom, they did these, I think, really, really well. The first thing that stands out to me is you got the floating wall-to-wall vanity, under lighting, which is really nice. You got very upgraded countertops. They've got a same leather texture we saw in the kitchen. All the nice fixtures, all of the hardware is matte black, but one of my favorites is these showers. You got two heads, a niche carved out in the wall with a quartz threshold, bench with an apron, and then of course it's zero entry, which is one of my favorite upgrades to see. It means there's no threshold, no stubbing your toes, and it just makes it a little bit more clean. You've got an extra deep water closet right there. And then the master closet, you've got these tall ceilings, more valet rods than I could count, which is really handy, especially if you've got seasonal clothing that you don't need every single day. Really easy to store it. And then all of this is off of the laundry room right here. Now, one thing that we will cover is the demising wall. There's the shared wall in the middle. And I will put a handout on the screen right here. It kind of explains this. In the middle, you have a fire barrier. that goes all the way up to the roof line. Second, you've got an air gap. So you've got studs on both sides of that. It's about a 2-inch air gap, which is really important because one of the big questions we get is, how do I know that these are private? What about the shared wall? Am I going to hear the neighbor on the other side? We've never heard anything on the other side, even though the other side of this unit is occupied. The nice thing is, with that air gap, sound needs vibration to travel. So that stops the vibration in its tracks. You get insulation, and then of course you get drywall as well. That of course repeats on both sides of the wall. But we are going to head downstairs here. And like we mentioned in the beginning of the video, the lower level, especially as we turn the corner, it's way bigger than you would think. You got a ton of space down here. That's why I say this feels like a single family home. You've got the media center, the wet bar, dining room table / game table if you want it. The other nice thing about this, we'll kind of break down each of those spaces here in a moment. The other nice thing about this is the builder installed a light well in all of these units. So even though these are flat lots, you do get real natural light. They stuccoed the inside of them. They added 3 really nice windows, which are still black on the outside, by the way. And it's not just that space. You've got the wet bar over here. You got the herringbone ceramic tile backsplash, really sharp with the light stained floating shelves. Huge wall-to-wall perimeter space. You've got 2 beverage coolers, 1 wine, one mini fridge, and then of course, very highly upgraded countertops. This, I believe, is a granite. We go through I mentioned the countertops. It's just one of the things I pay attention to. We go through a ton of homes. This is one of the rare ones that we tend to see. It's really nice. It's got a good feel to it. But you do have like the game table / dining space if you want it. Plenty of room, staging furniture. It's a great size, but if you did want to fit something bigger, you could easily do that without it taking up a ton of space or congesting the plan. Down here, we actually have 2 bedrooms, 1 shared bathroom. We'll give you a pretty quick look into each of these before we move on to the second villa. As you can see, you got a good size. You got the window wells. They even did the stucco there. And of course, the double closet doors. Around the corner, I mentioned I'm a big countertops guy, and here it is. You got, believe, some marble tops in here. And then of course, you've got the checkered tile floor around the corner. We have our final 4th bedroom here. Really big for a lower level, not to mention that this is a twin villa. And then of course, around the corner, you have the closet. Now, before we go back inside, a quick update on the community, because there have been some massive changes since we were here just several months ago. Regents Park, Leawood, Kansas, right off 135th Street, where you'll find some of the best shops, restaurants, etc. Not just in Leawood, but also Overland Park, really close to the Leawood Town Center as well. So location, really tough to beat. On the channel, we've covered 2 other communities that are in the vicinity of this one, and really done several videos on them. East Village of Leawood, right across the street. They have 1.5-story twin villas, single family homes, a big mixed use development. We also did Aventino, several videos there. It's sold out. It's pretty much almost done completely. They have a few lots remaining. And then we've got Regents Park. This one, it's not off 135th Street. It's off 137th Street, at least the single family and twin villas are. We've got a tree line in the back. We're a little secluded, but same access to all of those amenities up and down 135th Street. What I really like about this is if you look at the plat map, again, not just single family, not just twin villas, but the mix of both. So you got 25 single family lots, 32 twin villas. And on top of that, these are some of the last remaining cul-de-sacs in the city of Leawood, which gives you an added layer of privacy and long-term value down the road. Last thing that I want to mention is the builders. They've got 4 finished twin villa models, all by Lambie Homes, a 5th that's completely finished, ready to go. Several specs being built by Willis Custom Homes in the twin villa section. Single family, you can see some of those homes going up right now. Willis Custom Homes. We've got Don Julian Builders, J.S. Robinson, Fine Homes, and of course, Kaler Building Company. Some of the best luxury custom home builders that you'll find in the area. and we have several lots remaining for the single family as well. Any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City? We go through some of the best builders, communities, floor plans all around the Kansas City metro. A licensed real estate agent on the Kansas side and Missouri side. We absolutely love to set you up for success. So feel free to give me a phone call, text message, email. The sooner you reach out, whether you're looking for something sooner or you're looking to build or have an extended timeline, the more options and the better value we can almost certainly get you. So feel free to reach out. We are going to move on. Villa number 2. This is the Camden, also by Lambie Homes. 4 beds, 3 baths. It's 2,902 square feet. And it's priced at $1.102, $464,000. The layout is unlike anything that we have shown on the channel before. And 2 of my favorite things about this one are right off the entry. So we're gonna knock them out right here. This house is basically 0 entry. There's 1 step up here. Garage is 0 entry, and there's no step aside from that one. So that's the first one, but we'll give you a sneak peek, and then I'll disclose the second big one about this one. Plan will be on the screen right here. Kitchen setup, it's unlike any home that we've showed before. I really like it. It's been growing on me. The first time I walked in, it took like a second or 2 for me to kind of feel it out, but I think you'll see what I see here in just a moment. The entry, nice thing about this one, same deal, you got the upgraded exterior door, glass panels, you get some natural light in, but as we step back a little bit, you got this recessed area for wall art, which is great. Staircase, it wraps around, so this gives you a lot of volume, but one thing that a lot of people like about this one, you have the formal entry, and we're going to spin around and show you. We also have the dining room that's completely separate from the entry, which is a really, really big deal and something that's very rare to see with twin villas. As for the second thing I really like about this plan, Alex, I'm going to have you, we'll kind of trade spots here. The reason why is because the vantage point you have when you walk in, it feels nice and cozy, open. That point right there where he's standing, the view that you've got, that I think is what really explains what's going on with the kitchen, because this all feels very open but also cozy at the same time. So you've got vaulted ceiling wall to wall throughout this entire great room. And the really nice thing is you get this full view double sliding door. You've got an oversized deck, composite decking, fortress rail. We'll go out there in a second. They even carried it right off the dining room as well. We'll come back to that as well. We'll come back to that in a moment. But we got some darker finishes in here. I think darker colors, they're starting to come back. We're starting to see them in more and more homes. This one, you got a more modern feel. You've got the grain, which really just shows through these. I think they did a great job with them. But the layout, you've got a little bit of an angle here to the perimeter, upgraded slide in range, designer backsplash. And one thing that I'm starting to see as well, you'll see in luxury homes, you'll start to see a lot of glass panel upper cabinet doors. What we're starting to see is they'll leave them open, so no glass, but they'll still do the lighting, the down lighting at the top, which I think is such a good look. But the reason we spent so much time at that vantage point off the entry, this island, this is what took me a second to kind of adjust to. Every single time that I see it, I end up liking it more and more. It stands out. It's not the same island that we see in every single home nowadays. And in addition to that, it gets you this extra perimeter space with the beverage cooler and of course another look at that vantage point from the entry. But before we get to the great room, we're going to head back here to the garage entry. And boot bench, you've got the acoustic slat look for texture. They're stained top. And one thing right next to it is you've got the pantry. I'm going to walk in. We've got automatic lights. It's not just face frame shelving in this one. You've got the prep top, built-in microwave, built-in cabinets, floating shelves. I'm going to get out of the way. And I love that this feels much more like the scullery, the prep kitchen look that a lot of people are going for, instead of just like the same face frame shelves we see in a lot of them. And then we are going to spend one more time. And Alex, if you open the garage door there, I do want to point out that zero entry. They went ahead, they painted the garages in these villas, they added the garage door openers, and having a zero entry into the house is really rare to see, but we have a number of different villas out here that have it. So we briefly touched on the great room, the vault. I love that you've got the tile here, floating shelves on either side of the fireplace. But coming outside, again, really neat looking doors. They're upgraded, they've got some nice weight to them. But I am a big fan of walkout and daylight lots, and that is because you get the deck. So with this one, they went ahead and added all this extra deck space, which I think is great. So if you wanted a grill over here, outdoor entertainment over there, really good setup, iron rail, and then of course you've got some green space behind. But to have both of those sliders, it just brings in so much light into that main level. And with all of that said, we'll get to the bedrooms because we walked right past them. This lives like a traditional reverse 1.5 single family home that you see all across Kansas City. And the reason I say that is because the width of this plan, but also you have the bedroom off the entry, just like villa number 1. So this would be the bedroom, secondary bedroom / office. You've got great size in here, casement windows, and then of course the double closet door there. But around the corner, we've got our shared bath for that bedroom in the main floor. Upgraded tile, it's got some 3D texture to it, and it goes all the way to the ceiling. The other component that makes this feel like a traditional 1.5 story is having the master on this side of the house as well. I warned you in the first property tour of the Belmont about the vaults. They did them throughout most of these floor plans. Love the beams. You get the 3 big windows, which is really great for natural light. And then a really unique, tasteful accent wall, just to give you a little bit more texture. Hardwood floors in the master, which I think a lot of people really, really like to see, versus like a standard carpet. But coming in here to the bathroom, they did these very, very well. So wall-to-wall floating vanity. I love that they added the windows above this to give you more light. It's private, nobody can see in. And then of course, water closet. And then you've got the shower. Zero entry, you've got the niche, you've got the huge bench wall-to-wall along the back. And then of course, the master closet, taking advantage of those tall ceilings with the pull down rods. And one thing that pretty much everybody wants to see in a laundry room, which is the built-in composite sink. You got the built-in cabinets, plenty of prep space, and then around the corner, you've got more built-ins as well. Now, we will put the lower level plan on the screen right here. This one follows the shape that you saw in the kitchen. So the layout is pretty neat. Down here, the nice thing about it is this is a daylight lot. So this is the only one of these plans that they have available right now out here, but you get true natural light down here, which is great. And then the layout, what we've kind of talked through and decided is you'd almost have a sectional and L-shaped couch right there up against the wall. TV right up against the wall. You got the bar space back here with the classic textured granite top, floating shelves. They're all lit up. And of course, you got the beverage cooler and wine fridge built in to the perimeter. This one, also 4 bedrooms. We've got 2 on each side, full shared bath in the middle. So this one, again, tons of light. Usually you might be lucky to get 1 window in many secondary bedrooms. I love that you got the private kind of retaining wall, green space view. One of the biggest closets that we've ever shown in a lower level bedroom before. I mean, this is huge, but we will head around the corner, take a look at that full bathroom real quick because, oh, and I forgot to mention, you got an extra deep linen closet, shelves right there. But our lower level full bathroom here, you've got The flat modern panel doors, the darker tile goes all the way up to the ceiling. Shower doors already built in. You even have another linen closet right here. And of course, we will finish it off with bedroom number 4. Great size for a lower level. I know it's hard to see on camera. We walk through a lot of different homes. Usually the secondary bedrooms tend to be a little bit smaller. This one's got some great space, 2 closet spots, and then of course you even have additional unfinished storage back here. Now, another major advantage of this community is that it's maintenance provided. That's what you'll find in most of the communities here in the city of Leawood, Kansas. The nice thing about this one is not just that it's maintenance provided, it's also the more intimate size of the community. So it's not massive 25 single family lots. You've got 32 twin villas. So smaller community, more tight knit, and you've got quite the amenity setup. We will put drone footage on the screen right here. You've got a resort style swimming pool, a pool pavilion, clubhouse for the residents, pickleball courts, which I'm told that I think Overland Park is like the #1 pickleball capital of the world. That sport's been growing in popularity. So we're starting to see a lot of those courts pop up. Private fenced dog park, which would be a really big deal. You've got walking trails that connect, again, some of the most beautiful neighborhoods, some of those mature landscaping that you'll find in this corner of 135th Street, the 135th corridor. And on top of that, you also have the maintenance provided aspect. So a lot of people coming out to look at these, whether they're downsizing, whether they're wanting a single family home, that lock it and leave it, not having to spend time, take care of organizing a landscaper, etc., has been a big, big advantage and pull. You've got lawn mowing, edging, full landscaping maintenance for villas and the single family homes, includes the trash service, snow removal above 2 inches and when snow stops, irrigation, winterization, de-winterization, fertilizer, weed control, dedicated HOA, and of course, all of these homes fall in the highly, highly sought after Blue Valley School District. I'll put the numbers on the screen right here. For the twin villas, we're $350 a month. For the single family homes, we're $450 a month. But again, the real big advantage of this one, it's not just the location, the cul-de-sac lots, the multiple different types of housing, the top of the line builders, but it's also tight-knit size of community and the amount of access to amenities you have here at Regents Park. But any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City, we go through some of the best communities, builders, floor plans all over the metro area every single day of the week. We'd love to put all of that information to work for you. So feel free, give me a phone call, text message, email, whether you're looking for something sooner or you've got a more extended timeline. The sooner you reach out, the more options we can give you. We'd love to set you up for success. So feel free to reach out. With all of that said, we've got 2 videos on the screen. This is the original video we did on Regents Park. You can kind of see all of the progress that's been made here. And this is a full playlist of different videos, including the ones that YouTube thinks you'd enjoy the most. So click there or here, and we'll see you on the other side.